For those that came in late, this is what has gone on before.
The solar system holds many planets, but none like the planets which launched the attack of the monsters. A dying civilization bent on conquering the Earth for its own use. Two boys from Earth, caught up in this fantastic adventure, find themselves as the only obstacles between the space creatures and the Earth's destruction. An army of evil creatures comes from every corner of this dying planet. While on Earth, the scientific world gathers in one final effort: the attack of the monsters. Gigantic creatures prepare for their onslaught of the Earth. And turning their evil destruction on one another, their planet trembles under the shattering fury of the most colossal battle in galactic history. Can the Earth survive the attack of the monsters?
Sunday morning, 10 a.m. on Channel 2 KWGN, Fossil Bed, Colorado. Welcome back, my fellow agents. This is Zenorama, the podcast of Heroes and Monsters, and today we've obviously got part 2 of Attack of the Monsters. Gamera, if you remember, the boys are trapped, but they have not gotten their brains eaten yet. Gamera is thought to be dead, but is alive. Whoops, almost did that. Let's go Gamera. There's our villain Guiron, or Guilon, as the case may be.
Gamera! Gamera! Get him and get him good! You can kill it, Gamera!
Bloodthirsty little boys, they are, aren't they? So, before we get too far into it, please like, share, subscribe, vote in a poll, leave a comment, especially on YouTube. Though you can't vote in a poll, it won't be there. But if you are watching on YouTube, please watch for a couple more minutes. It really helps the algorithm. So, tomorrow we will be on location in Wyoming, Laramie, that is, for a couple of special things, which we will probably get to. We'll do some recording up there. I don't know exactly how it's going to work. I won't have a second screen, but perhaps we can still figure that out. Not 100% sure about that. We'll cross that bridge when we get to it. Also, in part 1, when I uploaded it to YouTube, I got a copyright notice that Shout Factory thought I infringed, or thinks that they had a right to like 3 minutes of footage that was all me talking. There was no audio except for me. Now, we did see a bit of the kids, and I think it was perhaps the Gamera March when they went to Kondo on a bicycle. And apparently some other show used that in some ridiculously unfunny way. Anyway, I didn't do anything about it. It didn't hurt the video. I suppose if I tried to monetize it, it might, but I could dispute it, and I think I'd win because there's not a thing on there except me monologuing, as the case may be. So let's get back here. We've got another, 20-ish minutes left of the movie, and we will get on to it. So Gamera is alive. Let's go, Gamera. Ganbare. We'll just watch that for just a minute here. And where are we here?
He jumped in the air! Nice jumping there! Success!
Nailed the landing. That's Tom, the boy, not a talking vacuum cleaner. Guiron doesn't like that fire, does he? Is that...
Gamera! Get away! Get going quick! Because he's going to attack!
Yeah, he's going to stick the knife right into you. Well, I have this written down as something to see. Maybe the boys are going to say something dumb, but we'll find out.
Brilliant! You got him down! Stay in there!
Oh yes, the infamous scene here where Gamera does the single bar, and his shell is bleeding. That Guiron is deadly. All the Gamera movie foes are hurt him way more than we ever see Godzilla, at least until the 70s. And we'll talk about those. We have talked about Hydra, right? And here we go. Nails the landing.
Nice. Real good going.
Uh-oh, watch out for the ninja stars. By the time I get to this, it'll be where it's supposed to be. It's just, I love the backgrounds. The sets in here just look super cool. And back into the water.
Now Guiron's heading for us. Quick, hurry. The control, which is it? I don't know. Never mind, push him off. Hurry.
This is a good trick. The boys are smart. I mean, they're not the least bit phased about being in space and about to have their brains eaten.
We've accomplished something, but we're not out yet. This must be the end. Even Gamera can't help us. I get so angry. I don't like to give up. I wish we had a weapon of some kind. I know. Still wishing can't do any good. Let's look around.
As my mom always told me, wish in one hand and poo in the other and see which one fills up first. So we're going to skip ahead a bit more because I really don't want to bump up against my time limit. And that's all I'm going to say about that now. Let's go to here. All right. And Akio is about to say something else.
Gamera's getting out.
Well, we are approaching the end of the movie. Some great visuals in this movie. That's all I can tell you, really. I mean, I only saw this movie once growing up. They didn't show Channel 2, for all its wonderfulness, did not show a lot of Gamera movies. They showed 4 out of the 6 that were available. No, maybe all 5 of them, just not Gamera the Invincible. So, unfortunately, this is the best public domain version of the movie that was on Internet Archive. And say goodbye to one of the Bella twins. One of them's already dead. She de-resed her sister. And here we go. And she's gone. Right, what do we have here? 20. So a bit of this was...
You must
no.
try and get it. Throw it at it.
I'm going to... Can't do it. That's what she said. And this is a little gruesome. At least they didn't have Gamera foaming at the mouth there now, did they? Which I really thought they might. What are we up to here? 12.
Tom, I think Gamera's calling us.
There's the Gamera March. But really, it's background music. Nobody's singing anything. Gamera's a master welder, didn't you know?
Let's go. He's waiting for us. Yeah.
Nice model hand there. Well, maybe not.
Big hand. I'll say.
Because there's, matte lines around the boys. It's pretty much the only time they actually interact with him that closely.
Let's go.
Not the most gentle takeoff now, is it? All right, so it's kind of unclear as to how long it took Gamera to fly to Terra and how long it takes him to get back. Because as we skip forward here a bit, Tomoko is watching this, has taken Bill Warren's advice and kept watching the sky. She's a good little sister, but they have to have been gone for more than a couple hours. I mean, they got hungry, but this whole adventure didn't happen really in real time. Although it kind of seems like it now, doesn't it? So, this. And this. I thought we were two Tomoko. Oh well, she's watched.
Listen. What's the matter? What's going on? No, Gamera. Yes, he's coming. I'll report it. Oh, I made a mistake. Yes? Yes, this is he. I don't believe it. It's utterly ridiculous.
Come on, Dr. Shiga.
Doctor, I see Gamera on my telescope. What's that? The spaceship's in his mouth.
There's a word for all that
It's hard
noise.
to realize.
But it's true. Yes, it is. The boys were taken from here.
I hope she's right.
Yes, I am so.
I hope what you're saying is true.
She should have kicked him in the shins.
Cut it out. It's not right to tease her.
Good job,
You know,
Kondo.
Gamera's a friend to children, yes. Yes.
Oh, Con.
Yes, dear.
Thank you.
It's quite all right.
Okay. So here comes Dr. Shiga. And
Where's the place?
Beyond the mountain.
Thank you. Excuse me, are you their mothers?
Yes, and I also.
I am Dr. Shiga. I'm very surprised. Gamera was seen headed this way, with a spaceship in his mouth.
And our children?
Look, there's Gamera.
Yes, you're right, it is. What's out there?
Tomoko!
she doesn't listen very well at all, although I bet she wishes she'd have been able to go to outer space.
Are you all right? We were worried.
We should have believed her. There are times, I guess, when our children are telling the truth, aren't there? Yes, you're right.
Those two should be ashamed of themselves.
Momo,
They really should.
are you all right? We were worried. We're okay.
Ah,
Your glasses.
oh, it's all right. My glasses keep slipping when I get excited.
Thanks.
Well, we're about done here.
We're back.
Akio, Tom.
You're still in big
Are you
trouble.
all right? I'm glad you're home. Still and all, you made everybody worry over you.
Oh, here comes
You're right.
Akio's speech.
Everybody, Mother, I'm sorry.
Oh, I see. Are you showing us your penitence? Is that the idea?
They did it on the star. They cut his hair.
Space creatures did it?
Con,
Oh,
this isn't Con. There are space people like you, too.
Akio, Tom,
Ah, Dr. Shiga. We discovered a new planet and saw space people. Yes, we thought there'd be a highly civilized and peaceful planet where there were no wars or accidents. But we found out Earth's the best, and that we should work to make it better. We shouldn't long for other stars.
He looks like a little
Just try love
Buddhist,
instead.
doesn't he?
Stop
Lama.
wars and no more accidents. I guess that's all I
And-
can ask.
Don't betray
You're right.
Shaolin.
yes, and your explanation does you honor.
Thanks.
Gamera nods approval, of course.
Gabriel's pulling in his head. Is he going?
All right, and on that note, before this ends, we're going to do a little splaining here. Well, your humble agent has a long history with this movie, starting in 1999. I was writing an article about the Gamera movies for Scary Monsters magazine, which sadly never got published. Well, I'd written one for Gamera the Invincible, which got a cover story, I must say. And So the publisher at the time, Dennis Tennis, had asked me to write some more about Gamera. So I wrote one about Gulala, the X from outer space, as well. But I was writing this and collecting some stills that I had and various things that I never did get around to doing it because I sent this to Neptune Media. I emailed my what I was writing, and the owner at the time, or the you know I guess the owner, well, he ran it, and he was in the process of releasing the Gamera movies. He only got 3 released: Gamera the Invincible, Gamera versus Gion, as in guillotine or guillotine as it's properly pronounced, unless you're the master of the flying guillotine. And he called me up and said, "Hey, can I use this opening here?" And so that's been published in my magazine. It's been published in my magazine. It's on the liner notes of the VHS tape for Gamera versus Gion. I don't even know. Guiron. With the AIP dub, and I got a free copy. I still have. It's one of the 3 VHS tapes I still own. So, and then later on, the redoubtable, the and August Drago, author of A.G. Tsuburaya, Master of Monsters, when they were going to release the Gamera DVDs separately, the Gamera movies on DVD, the Gamera Super or Giant Monster Gamera. August did I talked about that when I reviewed it. He did a excellent commentary track as well as for War of the Monsters or Gamera versus Baragon, and I was going to do this with him, this track here. So I was learning about all of this. Sadly, they got canceled. I would guess sales and the stock market crash of 2008 kind of put a halt to that. But August did assign me to write about Gamera for Famous Monsters. That was my first big paid writing assignment. I don't remember what issue it was, but I did the next 3 Giant Monster issues and then never saw them again. Never. I assume Famous Monsters is still being published. I never had any crosswords with anybody there. So that was always fun. And so, again, this movie and I have a storied history. So I have to say, it's tied with Destroy All Planets as my favorite because, there's a squid in the other one, a squid monster, and then there's this one, which was the first one I ever saw all the way through on Channel 2, probably on a Sunday, but maybe at noon or 2 o'clock. It all depended on the time frames and the other movies, if they had short Universals. I'm digressing. So Gamera is a friend of mine. He's a friend of all children. He's a friend of mine. We still got Gamera versus Monster X and Gamera versus Zigra. And better than Gamera versus Zigra is Gamera Super Monster Gamera Super Monster. I'll have to ask my authority exactly what there is for that. And we will go from there. I think this has been a fun experiment. And I hope that YouTube doesn't think that I took anybody's copyright again. Yeah, I'm a little salty, but what are you going to do? Let's say goodbye to Gamera in his 5th outing. And until our next assignment, my fellow agents, this is X7 signing off. Where's my start button here?
So long, Gamera! Thank you, Gamera! Goodbye, Gamera! Goodbye, Gamera! So long, Gamera! Thanks, Gamera! Goodbye, Gamera!